Hello, guys. So, welcome on Money Max here with our live crypto analysis. So, give you always as my natural is to do, to give you 1 minute. Okay. All right. So, let's have a look here. All right. Pulling up the charts now. So, let's have a look at what's going on with Bitcoin here and where we are. All right. So, as again, guys, as you can see, we're still in this area here. So, going to see what's happening with the market here in a moment. Let's go for it. Okay. So, all right, let's have a look at what's going on here. So I'm going to pull up now Ethereum. I'm still watching what the price is doing. We're still in this H4 area. Still want to see how the price behaves around this point. Okay, but I'm going to pull up all of these charts here. Let's go for it. All right. So BTC, guys, we're still in this area here. And this is the second major area of resistance to the price going towards the 50K mark. Now, from the structure of what we're going here, if the price continues as it is, we should be at 100K and we're still on target for that to happen. At the moment, in the D1 here, the price is within this flip zone here. So this is a demand zone that carried the price from the 44 all the way up to the 64. We've had the first return in here in the break beneath, and now we've returned to the other side here. Again, guys, this is an important point now. Now, the algorithmic level I'm watching carefully for the algorithm of this market is here. The price hasn't really touched on it yet, but it's very near it. It's just underneath. So again, I'm not going to start rejoicing completely yet. Once we close above this 47 mark, then I think we're definitely on our way back up to 40 to 64 very soon. At the moment, the price is hanging in here. And on the H1 here, we've entered into a range. Now, Bitcoin at the moment, this price action here is a price action for a reversal. And it looks as though Bitcoin is pulling itself back down again from this area. We've been in a range really since yesterday, from around about 2 o'clock into about 3 o'clock now. So about 24-hour range. And from the price action I'm seeing here is the price is demonstrating signs of a bearish movement for the meantime. And a 15-minute here, you have this 15-minute order block here, which I believe will, if the price gets beneath here, then we could look for an entry for a short. But Bitcoin, to me, from the reversal signature here from this morning, I do think that we have a short on our hands potentially, back down to about 42. Okay. Now, I guess to me, it's very likely. I've already told you from yesterday, I really do believe that the bull market is on its way. But how the price will arrive there and what the price will do to get there, we're in a very different market from what we had in 2017. You know, using data, making data models or financial models using past results is important, but cryptocurrency hasn't been around long enough to be able to make a very good financial model. I mean, we can make good guesstimates if you want to say that, but to create a financial model that we can actually work with good data, 12 years or 13 years now, isn't that long. Okay, it's not long enough to be able to really create a very good picture. We need a bit more. You know, for other markets like S&P 500, stock market stuff, or stonks, whichever you prefer to call it. Okay, Forex have been around for at least 100 years now. So there is a very good, range of data across different human psychologies, across different generations. So when you make a financial prediction on those levels, it's a lot easier to be able to come out with possibly more accurate conclusions. Of course, different features change, different things happen in life. Okay, but the effects of what happens, for example, most of the time when there's financial crash, we know there's going to be more money printing, reduced interest rates. Now, what causes the crash to happen may be completely different. So 2018's financial crash, which was due to subprime mortgages, okay, the metrics and how central banks responded was very similar, but then there are still massive differences to the 2020 scenario of the coronavirus, okay, so which we're still in, okay. So these are the things these are where we look for our differences. So with Bitcoin and crypto, I mean, yes, we had a bull cycle before and the price did, exponential movement. The great thing is because we do have the algorithmically engineered 4-year Bitcoin halving, it does help to get a good picture of what could possibly happen, because that's not going to change. It's immutable. Okay, but still, watching for the price action of Bitcoin, there could be effects, especially for Bitcoin versus the US dollar, that could cause the price to push on the short side. But from what I'm seeing here, the price is holding very well in this area, and we're having a short that I would have been expecting to happen. Now, with Ethereum, Ethereum is given a very strong spike also above these highs here. We've had a double spike right here, and the price could also potentially push short. But with Ethereum, I'll be a little bit more careful. But what I would say is I'm going to drag this across here for you guys to remember the area I'm looking at. So this zone right here is small but mighty right here. And with Ethereum, this area right here was the trigger point, again, for us to go from where we were, roughly around about $3,170, all the way up to the all-time high of Ethereum so far. Now, when the price had the first crash, we got back to this area, and then we had a strong break beneath. Now, currently, the price is exactly right here. Now, on the H4, we're just on the line. We're literally just about clipping it above it. Anything more than that with a close, and we should be going long. You know, we could almost actually say that this is probably closed above. I mean, if I zoom in a bit here, let's get this accurately. The body is around about here. And then the bottom side of it is about right here. Zoom in one more time, make sure we get this right. So it's very specific. The reason why I'm being so specific with the price is because price action is specific. It's always been, and it always will be. So let's pull this back a bit further here. So zooming in here as to where we are, we're exactly right here right now. And the price is exactly, according to the analysis, right in here. So again, you see that the price has slowed down in a very significant area. And it's not by accident that Ethereum, Bitcoin, all of these cryptos are in the same significant area. All right. Right now, with this movement right here that we've had, if the price does go short, I wouldn't be surprised. All we really need for us to say that we can get a continuation trade to go long would be a H4 body close. We need a very clean and preferably strong body close, something where the price probably takes this high on the way up for us to say we're going to have a bullish continuation. If not, the price can possibly do this movement here and pull back short, okay, back down to 24. It's possible, okay? The only thing the price needs to do is have a good market structure or break of at least a H4 market structure for us to go for it. So if this does happen, we could potentially have something along the lines of this on the short side. And if Bitcoin keeps shorting, then sooner or later Ethereum will catch wind and start to short too. And then we could see this movement, okay? Again, as I said to you guys, I'm already mapping out the two potentials that we have. I do think Ethereum is going to definitely get to 10K for sure. I definitely think so. But what I would say is, looking at the price action here, the liquidity pools that have been left behind on the way for the long make me wonder that there's two ways about it. Rather, we'll finish at the top point of the bull cycle before the price pushes down, or there might be something that we can't see on the charts, guys, where we might have a very strong manipulation again. And I always have to be open and say, this is what I do believe, where the price may fill out these lows of 1700. Okay. Again, I told you that there is a liquidity gap on Bitcoin down at $9,615, between $15 to $35, depending on what chart you find. Okay, which hasn't been filled out. It's the only one that's left really on Bitcoin. There are a few higher up around 23, but I'm still watching very carefully, and I'm not. That's why I was saying that I really want to see this second close on Bitcoin. I'm going to come back to it here. I really do want to see this second close on Bitcoin because it'll make me more comfortable to know that we're riding this thing long. Okay, but where Ethereum is right now, where Bitcoin is, both of these places are very strong areas that we could see a reversal from. Okay, now you can see that Ripple is not following the same price action as everything else, and I told you it would do so. Ripple's got a mind of its own. And you can see that with Ripple, we've had a very strong long. And I did say yesterday, I gave a little shout. If you wanted to take the trade, you could have taken it. But we had a nice little movement here yesterday on the H4. Supply zone return right here. The price has used this area to continue and it's given us a good long. Price has spiked up and is pulling back down again. Again, I told you, for me, with Ripple, at least, despite what other cryptos do, I do think that Ripple will get back to $1.10 because we have an inefficiency here, a massive one too, that needs to be filled out. Whether the price will go further past that, that's as we'll have to see when we get there. But there are two potential options here. The first is for the price to break past and continue, which is what we would all want. Or the other aspect of this, which is also equally powerful, would be if the price returned here to fill the efficiency and it also came back down to fill the other. There is a liquidity gap again from the Reddit period of time. So January, when we had the situation with the Reddit army, where it's not a situation in a bad way, but they decided they wanted to spike Ripple. So after what happened with GameStop, they went after Ripple next, and the price spiked from 24 cents all the way up to 75, 76 cents. But there was a big liquidity gap left at 33, which is not filled. So I expect the price to fill it. It could either be after the bull cycle or before the bull cycle, who knows? But definitely, I'm watching to see very carefully what the price is going to be doing. So let's keep our eyes peeled and see what's going on here. I did 2 live sessions yesterday because I really wanted to go through this and be very, clear on what's going on. Now, I'm going to scroll down here. Let's have a look at Doge again, see where Doge is at right now. All right, so with Doge, here we go. So Doge was still in this area here. We haven't really done much, again, past this area. This is the major area of demand. This was the second one that we had, but this is really the crux of everything. As you can see, most of the spiking activity from the crash, most of the major movements have been, or the major gameplay between bullish and bearish action is here. So we've returned to the other side. This is why I'm being cautious on every side, okay, trading wise and investing wise. Now, from a fundamental standpoint, I don't believe Dogecoin is going to last very long, okay? Is already way behind many other cryptos and many of the other things that I discussed yesterday. If you haven't, please watch yesterday's live stream, okay? And let's see what we can get from what Doge does. Now, if the body of the candle does close above here on Doge on the body, then we are going to see Doge get back to roughly around about the 30 cents mark and possibly even 40, okay? That can happen. But because the next major, and to explain why I'm saying that from a technical standpoint, the next major area of demand that's been flipped to supply is here, which is quite a wide range. It starts all the way down here at 39.5 cents and goes all the way up to 47. So that's the next range here. All right. So if the body of the candle does break above here for whatever reason, then we may see this happen. For now, the supply zone within this area has created an optimal area, which Doge is in right now, to continue selling. As I said to you before, guys, my first target would be right down here at 0.07. So I'm watching to see. I'm going to leave this area right here open, and I'm expecting to see some movement from here. Here we go. I'm expecting to see some movement from here. And from this area right here, down to 7 cents will be my first target. So I'm watching again, especially with something like Doge. Doge doesn't have any institutional investment in it. And the reason is because of the economics of it. Doge, as I was discussing last time and discussed yesterday here, Dogecoin really is one of those cryptos where is 99% retail traders. I say that because 4% of, well, 4 people have 80% of the supply, which the tokenomics, the economics does not work out very well for institutional investment. So they wouldn't want to risk money within Doge, no matter how much is priced up by or scaled up. And it's not something that they would see a long-term goal in because there's no fair economy there. And, with institutions, they usually want to be the first and the most and have the most, most bags inside of something. So something like Doge, which institutions were already late to the party when it came to crypto, I don't think Doge will be their first or even their last option of investing in any crypto. So as I described yesterday in a little bit more detail, Dogecoin in this first crash that we had here, it lost 70+ percent of its value over this 1 month, okay? Whereas Ethereum lost 60%. So that 10% cushion comes from institutional money and support. And already Ethereum is recovered. And if we go back to Ethereum here, Ethereum is already recovered quite a bit of its losses. So from where it was at 40, from the all-time high so far at 4,370, really it went down to about 1,700, and it's already back to almost double from the low. Okay, and so from where it is up to the high, we're still looking at roughly around about 30% down. So it's already recovered 30%, if not more, from the crash. Whereas the recovery for Doge, if I go back to where Doge is, where's my Doge? All right, I'll just use this Dogecoin here. It's cool. So still got my markings for this area here. I'm still going to use that as a second entry if Doge does what we want. But I'll just take this Doge right here and okay, I have it here. So coming back right here, so from the lowest point of May, okay, the price dropped even further. The price has just now recovered back to the lower points of, the low of this crash. So we haven't really recovered much. If we go from 22 cents to 25, compared to where we were at 74, we probably recovered about 5% because we don't have enough support, institutional money, to keep the price pushing up. So I don't see how Doge wouldn't push lower if there is a next crash or next drop to happen. Okay. Or if Bitcoin takes a short dive before it pulls back up again. So I'm watching this here, and Doge is in the kind of optimal area for buying. Any of these areas right now, a sell right now wouldn't be so bad. I'm still keeping my eyes out on the highs right here, and I'm watching out for reversal signatures that might indicate the time for a sell. And as you can see down on the H1 here, Dogecoin really has embodied what Bitcoin is doing at the moment, which is this range right here. You can see, if I maybe change the color here for you guys. So this range right here that we have, I'm waiting for the breakout of the range. So I'm hoping that the price will break out on the upside to give us a short side movement. So I'm been keeping my eyes on this range very carefully. So I'm going to drag Doge up here with all the rest that I have. I have so many charts open here. So I'm keeping my eyes peeled for what's going on. Let's bring this here. I'm going to drag this all the way up to the top here. All right, so I have so many charts open, guys, Forex and crypto. So I'm going to put this here and drag this a little bit more. I'm going to clean up my charts after this. There we go. All right, so here we are. So this range that we're seeing with Bitcoin here, this same range, you can see is the same as Doge, completely the same. Ethereum is showing us a range also, but a kind of an upwards movement in the range. So still be wary. And Ripple is not showing any signs of range at all. You can see that there was a range, but not the same. Ripple really has a different wave of price action happening on it, very different. So I'm keeping my eyes peeled on these three right here. And I would like to see what would be done with price action. So let's see how the price operates here. I'm going to keep Bitcoin ready, Dogecoin, and Ethereum here. And XRP, again, it's very clear that the price is in continuation. I'll be expecting a pullback though. Hopefully a pullback back to any of these demand zones here. This 15-minute one or the lower one down here. Either one of those would be a good re-entry to go and buy again. And I'll be looking to swing this to 110. So if you're looking to get into Ripple trading wise, if you're trying to invest in Ripple, I mean, keep to dollar cost averaging, but I would say I'm looking definitely for the price to continue making its way up. You can see that there is much deviation between XRP and the other cryptos at the moment, showing completely different price action movements. So keep your eyes peeled for, what we will see, moving forward here. And yeah, let's see what the market does and gives us. Okay, guys, so I thought I'll keep it short and sweet today. All right. I do think, again, Bitcoin is going to make its way to 100K. I think for that to happen, we'll definitely need to see this close above here. So keep your eyes out at this 47 point. If we do see the reversal, then I'm expecting the price to get back to 35. And then from there, we can move forward and see what else happens. So keep your eyes peeled, guys, and I'll catch up with you guys very soon. All right, guys, take care and catch you soon.